Good podcast, the tutorial series video. I'm your host Natty, and in this episode, we're gonna learn how to make your own podcast on Soundcheck. It's an online free program that allows you to record, edit, and export your own episodes. We'll also learn what a vox pop is. A vox pop is a short audio segment that compiles answers from many different people to one question. It actually stands for the voice of the people. So it's a fun way to share the popular opinion on a particular topic. To give you a clearer idea, we decided to make our own vox pop interviewing the GirlBeHeard participants, and we asked them how to make the school safer through gun reform laws. Check it out.
Though we do need stronger gun control in terms of legislation and background checks as well, because currently, I believe that New York, we still have a level of privilege in that there is quite a lot of legislation in terms of gun control, whereas in other states and in other places within the United States, you don't see as much. And I think that I remember seeing the protest signs because, as it was said, I was at a gun control rally and I was reading a poem about gun violence. We have to consider that we must put individual lives above the Second Amendment.
I feel like guns in general are unnecessary because having guns, people buy guns to protect themselves against guns. So just eliminating the guns from being spread out too much will fix the problem, because I get the Second Amendment is important, the right to protect and defend against the government, but allowing too many people to have access to guns is not taking into the fact that some people aren't responsible enough to handle the power that comes with guns.
We hope that our own vox pop got your creative juices flowing. And now let's get started by setting you up on Soundcheck. So the first thing you want to do is head to soundcheck.com and click on the Get Started button. It will ask you, is this for personal use or educational use? You're going to click personal use, and then you can sign up with your email address. Now, you're going to go onto Enter Studio. Soundcheck gives you the option between music and podcasting. Obviously here, we're going to go onto podcasting. And you will see that there's a lot of different tutorials that are really clear and short for you to go over some technical stuff. But let me give you a little run through in order for you to record your first vox pop. So the first thing you want to do is add new track. On the way to the left over here, you click on it and it'll give you many options. You're going to go onto voice and microphones. Now you can close this window because it's taking up the whole project page. You want to do what's called arming the track. So for that, you're going to click on the little R button, and it might give you the opportunity to check your volumes. If you're recording straight onto your computer, you want to make sure that you do it in a very quiet space. Otherwise, you can use those headphones that have a little microphone on it, and that might help you get a clearer sound of your voice. Now that your track is armed and you're ready to record, all you gotta do is press the red circle at the bottom and you'll be live. Check, this is the What's Good podcast episode, and we're checking our sound in Soundcheck. Now you got your first piece of audio. As you can see here, there's different little lines. Those are the waveform from the recording. You would follow the same process for every person that you interview. Let's say that you're unable to have every person speak in front of your computer and you're catching audio on your phone, then what you would do is email those voice memos to yourself, to your computer, and then go into import file over here. And then they'll take you into the documents on your computer. So you select the audio that you want to add to your project right here, and it will load it as a new track on your project. Now, you might have to do some editing. Maybe there's some parts that just aren't really serving your episode. So what you want to do is, first off, select the region that you want to edit. The region is this piece of audio on your track, and then go onto the edit menu, and you will see down here the split region option. This will help you divide your audio into several pieces. So for that, you have to first place your track header where you want to cut it. So for example, I left some silence in front of my first recording, and I want to cut that out. So I place the track header where I want the cut to happen, click on the region, go on to edit, and split region. Now we have two pieces of audio, and this one I don't need. So if I just click on it and press the backspace, it's gone. So this is how you can do some edits with your audio. Once you have all of your responses lined up, obviously you're gonna start with your question in the beginning, but you might also want to add a little music, a little intro music and outro music. And for that, Soundcheck is great because it gives you access to a bunch of sounds. So if you click on the little music note over here to the right, it takes you into the loop bank. And this bank has all kinds of sounds. Sound effects, little songs, bass lines, drum beats. So, for example, if I'm going into beat, the way that you're gonna preview the sounds is just by clicking play right here. And once you find a beat that you like, that is gonna match well with your audio, you just press the click button on the right, and it's gonna add it as a new track onto your project. So you can then adjust the length right here, or maybe you wanna add it to the end as well, so you would copy paste, that's Command C, and then you place your track header where you wanna paste it, Command V, and you have it. So you have all your steps now. You have your intro music, your outro music, your questions, your responses. It's all edited together. All you gotta do now is name your project right here, Vox Pop 1, and click the save button. As the project is being saved, the software is also gonna do a little mixing, which is nice. And then you'll be able to export your project just by clicking the little arrow that's gonna show up once the mixing is over, and it will directly download your project as an MP3 file onto your computer. We hope you feel ready to get behind the mic and hit record. Feel free to check out the different tutorials on Soundcheck and more resources on Vox Pop in our description below. Happy creation time, and find us in the next video.